right, everyone. Welcome to QBall Billiards in Vineland, New Jersey, Friday night 9-ball chip tournament. Presented by BET, hosted by QBall Billiards, and streamed by me, Lee Blanchard of New Jersey Billiard Streams. Got a nice field tonight of about 36 players. Some pretty high-level players, too. This should be a good tournament. And we've got our first match set up already. It's Benny Hall, 5 of 5 chips, versus Kevin Naples, of course, 9 of 9. First match of the night. And here's the lag for break. Looks like Kevin's going to win that one. If Kevin wins the lag, earns the break. All right, and Kevin's about to break. Ooh, that 2 almost goes, but just off the jaw of the table. And that break is going to give Benny Hall a shot at this table. He's got a starting shot on the 1 here. He can come across and we'll clear the 6 in that upper right corner. Stop on that, I'll put him on the 3. Stop on that, I'll put him on the 4. Maybe draw back for the 5. And this 6 he should be able to get to with a little bit of angle, like where he's at now. The 2 out of the way, you could draw that over across behind the 7, 8 in the side. Definitely a runnable table for Benny. That tight pocket on table 1 and the beginning of the night just getting started, I think, got him there. Kevin's just got to make this 2 and get back up table. Might want to use just a little inside on this. Oh, he's a little strong on that. Not where he wanted to be. Yeah, he wouldn't have had good shape on the 4 regardless. I think we might see Benny play a safe here. Go off the 3 to the rail and send the Q up table. Try and get behind that 4-7. Or he could send the 3 up table and just hide back behind the 9. Oh, he meant to make that. Oh, nice position. That's a good play. Decently straight on this, but I think just enough angle. Come off that rail and get up behind the 5. Yep. And this with a little bit of low should just bring him back up table. Angle on the 6. You could probably follow this too off the bottom rail and side rail and come back to mid-table. Oh, see, that was the danger there. I'm not sure he got enough past the 8 to see that 6. Wanted to be a little firmer on that. So Kevin should be able to play this and just use the natural angle off of that 5 to have a look at the 6 here. Probably rolled a foot or so longer than he would have liked, but that's doable. You just got to cut that in. Not sure if the 7 goes past the 9 upper right, but definitely goes lower right. I might want to come across the table and back. And it looks like he lucked into a safe on that one. Thanks to everybody for, excuse me, joining us on this Friday night Christmas season. Merry Christmas to everyone. If you frequently watch and enjoy the stream, I put a tip jar Venmo at the bottom. You can buy me an eggnog. Looks like Kevin's going to try and follow this off the rail and get around the... This is going to be pretty good. Yes, a good shot. That 8 in the side is a really tight cut, but I think it goes. I think Kevin put a little inside on that. Wow, he got a really nice leave. Actually, that's great two-way right there. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but he's got the 8. Got Benny blocked off of the 7. Benny's going to have to kick at this. Full table kick. Good news is he hits it anywhere on the middle to slight left of the ball, it probably goes. Too thick. He made that 8 and 9 get tight. Shouldn't be a problem for Kevin to get on. He's going to put a little bit of high rate on this and just come off that bottom rail, then over behind the 8. That's darn near perfect. Half a tip of low, slide over, and have straight in shot on that 9 in the bottom right pocket. And this for the win for Kevin Naples. All right, Kevin Naples defeats Benny Hall. We'll have Kevin's next opponent. It's winner stays tonight, so we'll have Kevin's next opponent in just a moment. A couple of fortunate rolls for Kevin there. A few good shots. All right, Artie Cordero is going to be Kevin's next opponent. That's Artie at the bottom of your screen. Already with 7 of 8 chips remaining. Already won the lag, so he's earned the break. As always, if there's anything pool related you want to discuss, drop a comment in the comments. You can ask. Joe, I'm going to share this to Pool Players Care right now. All right, Joe, it's in there. You can approve it. Hey, Teresa, thanks for tuning in. We miss you too. You are on the list for the challenge, the streamer matches, so you're gonna get to see us before too long here. I'll tell you what. In addition to pool related conversation, we can talk about the holidays. What's everybody's plans? Any good traditions? Teresa, you're gonna be playing against me. You're gonna be giving me a ton of weight though. The I beat the streamer patches should be in this week. I ordered 25. Something tells me I'm gonna need quite a few more. So, Teresa, in the first challenge the streamer match against Joe, I'm not gonna lie, the nerves of being on the stream got me bad. My high run was 4. Of course, the next night I did a Q skills competition with myself, and I ran 20. But yeah, 4 was my high run. So I don't think it mattered in the end. Joe had a high run of 49, which, if you're keeping track at home, is 10.2 times my high run. So, Joe, when I was a young delinquent youth, we used to uninstall people's Christmas lights and in a lost art write dirty words in cursive with them. I don't condone such behavior, but that when you grew up in Galloway in the 80s, there wasn't a whole lot of options. And you made your own entertainment. Yeah, Teresa, I've got that 14-1 on my calendar. I'm going to be tuning into that stream. All right, already running through the end of this rack pretty well. Just this 9-ball. And Artie Cordero defeats Kevin Naples. So we'll have Artie's next opponent coming up here in just a moment. So one of the things I've identified in my own game, and especially I just got a carbon fiber shaft about 6 weeks ago. One of the things that I've identified, I started to shoot really well with that shaft, better than I've ever shot, and by a significant margin. And then the wheels fell off, and I think what I've identified as the problem is when I start a night or when I start a tournament, I have a high level of concentration, and then I generally start out well, and I start making the shots, and then kind of take all of that for granted. Kind of take the fact that I'm looking at what the next ball is, what the ball to get on the 8 is, et cetera, and then take it for granted, and stop, looking 4 balls, 5 balls, 6 balls ahead, and start trying to, force things instead of taking natural angles and playing pocket speed and whatnot. So I've identified that, and the problem with loss of concentration is it's a loss of concentration. So sometimes I'll bear down and I'll keep it together for a couple of racks, and then it just, you kind of get a little, I don't know if careless is the word, or taking things for granted, and yeah. And that's it. Yes, exactly, Teresa. You have to give intention to every single ball. Yeah, and Joe, I think the difference is that you're just at the base of everything, a more talented player. If we were both playing our best game, I think I'd give you a good run in a well-weighted match. But I think that my baseline is so much lower than yours that I don't have the luxury of checking out at any point. I'm still at a point where every shot takes my utmost concentration if I'm going to play well and beat players that are better than me. And Wednesday night was a great example. BCA, I break dry. The other player runs. I never get back to the table. Okay, not much you can do about that. Second rack, he breaks dry. I run 5, get bad on the 6th ball, and kind of duck a little bit, try and leave him as bad a shot as you can when he's got 8 and there's no traffic, or 7. And he shot out of that and ran the table. So I was down 2 racks, lost by a score of 20-5, and I'd only gotten to the table 1 time. So then I think that kind of got in my head, and the rest of the night was just a waste. Absolutely, Teresa, break better. And again, another challenge I have is I break at home on an 8-foot table, and I'm making balls. You add a foot to that table, the ball that went in is now hitting the jaw. So I do have to spend a little bit of time working on my 9-foot break. Yeah. Allow yourself to be great, and that's I don't know. Just sometimes I can get into that mode, and sometimes I can't. Cheech Cardona, by the way, I'm engaging with the audience, which I think is a good thing. But let me set up this match. Cheech is a fun player to watch. He clowns around, and you think he's not taking it seriously, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's just running through the table. Yeah. It's fun to watch. So Cheech has it's like 6 of 7 as well. And you know what? Artie's 6 of 7. I don't believe he's got 8 chips. Yeah, Artie is 6 of 7. It's kind of far away. Artie's in a pretty good spot here. It's and of course I just jinxed him, and it was going to be all about where he got on that 8 ball. So, yeah, thinking about pool is something I do, if there is such a thing, way too much. Um, I mean, when I'm not playing, I'm thinking about playing. If I'm not playing or watching, I'm just shopping things that I don't need on Amazon. Joe No Scott didn't show up tonight. Yeah, I mean, I spent 2 years mocking up cases on jbcases.com before I finally pulled the trigger. That's a great shot by Cheech. I don't watch as much as I probably should, because I do. Oh, that's a tough miss. I do play better after watching, and I actually usually play better after taking a whooping because you got nothing else to do when you're sitting in that chair but watch your opponent. And let's face it, every single table is runnable. It's just the right combination of position and breakout shots and patterns exactly. Every table's runnable. All right, so Cheech beats Artie Cordero. His next opponent is going to be Don Don. Get this match set up for you here. Don Don has 4 of 5 chips remaining. It's Don Don at the top of your screen, Cheech at the bottom. Absolutely. JD, playing better competition is the absolute number one way to get better. I just had a good friend pass last week, and one of his favorite sayings was "iron sharpens iron," and there's a lot of wisdom in that. You're not going to get better going to the bar and playing casuals, and I don't care how bad you're beating them. You're not going to get any better. You're not going to learn from your mistakes, and it's one of the problems I have with league play on a weekly basis. I know I can walk in most nights and have 3 beers and goof around and win. BCA not that way. This room is just full of absolute killers. But yeah, playing better players, asking them why they took a certain shot or what you should have done on a certain shot, always a good move. So I think it was the first night I played BCA this session. I took a dumb shot. It was just a dumb decision and a dumb shot. And when the rack was over, I walked over to my team, and Carl Morgan just looked at me and said, "That was a dumb shot." And he came over a couple of minutes later and was like, "Yeah, I was sorry about that." I'm like, "No, Carl, that was a dumb shot. I needed to hear it. I need to hear it exactly the way you said it. It was a dumb shot." Um, Cheech is rearranging the furniture here. Yeah. Yeah, he told me exactly what he was thinking, Joe. Well, Hoagie, we have a captain in common who's just really not afraid to tell you that you took a dumb shot. Thanks, Teresa. Stick around. I got my tree actually decorated. I think it was Monday night. Joe, yeah, the scratch shot that you're gonna avoid. So all right, Teresa. Here's a great story. We a few years ago bought a pre-lit tree, and it was one of those that if one bulb is out, the rest stay lit. Well, that's great if it's done right. If it's a 3-wire strand, but this is a 2-wire strand, so once a couple of the bulbs go out, you're beat. And I'd been swapping bulbs and kind of keeping this thing running on duct tape and bubble gum for a couple of years. And I was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to take these lights off, go get a few strings of LEDs and call it. Well, it was almost like the lights were manufactured on the tree. They were just wound around. So the strand was wound around, not just wound around, but the individual wires were wound around each branch. And it was 2 hours with a pair of wire cutters. Unplug it first, pro tip of the day. But 2 hours with a pair of wire cutters, and ended up without a longer piece of lighting than about 3 feet. It was just a nightmare. But it's done, and then it took me 5 minutes to put the LED strings on. So that's where we're gonna go from now on. All right, Cheech with just these two. He's really strong on that 8. I'm not sure if he meant to get all the way back here. Not the way I would have played it, but we just talked about that. And Cheech defeats Don Don. Couple of good racks here for Cheech. Get his next opponent and get that match set up for you. Yeah, I am so cheap when it comes to stuff like that. My grill, when we moved, the cover had split and we hadn't covered it for a year, and it was just, the top was just brown with rust, and I spent about an hour wire brushing it, sanding it, and then hitting it with the Rust-Oleum high heat paint, and this thing looks brand new. So when it comes to spending a few bucks in a couple of hours on something like a grill or a Christmas tree, I'm gonna take that option every time and save that $300 for, you know, something computer related or pool related. You know what I mean? I'm gonna splurge. I usually use that kind of ingenuity to justify large purchases that I don't need. Cheech wins the lag and earns the break. Jose Aponte is Cheech's opponent, and he has, looks like 5 of 7 chips. Yeah, I get that. I think I've finally found my cue. I have the slide that I bought a little over a year ago, and I just got a Jacoby V4 carbon fiber shaft I'm really happy with. My brake cue right now is a Poison jump brake. I think my holy grail of brake cues is probably an Andy Gilbert. That's something that a couple of friends of mine have, and I've used them. I like the way they look. I like the way they hit. So that would. See, I don't want to be there just yet. I don't want to have my playing cue that I'm, devoted to for life, and then my brake cue and my case. I want to be able to spend money, so I'm probably going to go through some brake jump cues here. Jumping is something I'm still a novice at. I don't know. Part of it is I really, from playing in league where jumping wasn't allowed, I've developed a really nice kick game, which I'm pretty confident in a lot of times. So I've kind of put off learning the jump part of the game. But I'm definitely going to do that before I get new cloth. Yeah, JD, I'm about to boot you out of this lobby. Wish I could jump. I saw this guy as an APA 3 jump about 4 feet and make a 45-degree cut shot into a corner pocket on a 9-footer. So, yeah, keep laughing, bud. You're about to get booted. Cheech, a little strong on that one again. Joe, I saw the post you put on Facebook. Your cue looks awesome, refinished. Who did that, by the way? Shout them out. Great shot on the 8 for Cheech. Oh, that was right there. That was right there. Got a lucky leave there. Oh, Jose, just a little strong on that. Oh, and that one just rolled down a little. Oof. You can't give this one away. Proficient Billiards, Joe said. It does look brand new. I saw the pictures. It looks awesome. All right, Jose calls that upper right corner. Hey, Shannon. See if he can end this rack. And Jose Aponte defeats Cheech Cardona. We'll get his next match set up here in just a minute. There's a tip jar at the bottom of the screen on Venmo. It's at Lee-Blanchard-1. If you enjoy the stream, want to buy me an eggnog, you throw a couple bucks in there. Thanks for 22 of you showing up tonight to watch our tournament. We got a field of 36, some really good players. Should go reasonably quick. We're using a lot of tables. Barry Anfield is Jose's next opponent. Barry has, it looks like 5 of 7 chips remaining. Barry's a pretty good shot. I've played him a few times in the league, in BCA. Let me find him on our players list and get this set up. All right, so Barry, top of your screen. Jose at the bottom. And Barry's going to win that leg. And he's earned the break. Yeah, remember, Joe, we joked around on the first challenge, the streamer match, about how Carl Morgan had more deer this season than Carlo. Carlo's using I believe a firearm or is it bow season, but Carl used a automobile. All right, Barry with the break. Yeah, my drive home from here is a little unnerving. It's Landis Avenue between Lincoln and Harding Highway is mostly woods. And that late at night, there's not a lot of traffic on the road. The deer get pretty bold. They're out there. And then New York Avenue near my home in Mays Landing is dark and woody. So I usually cut it down about 10 miles an hour when I'm driving through there late at night. Nice shot by Barry. Regardless of the deer, though, the other people on the road tend to be the most dangerous animals. I was behind a car on the way here tonight that was doing about 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, braking at every green light, and then got into Maze Landing and just dead ass blew through a red light, almost caused an accident. And I just don't know how that level of caution translates to that level of not paying attention, unawareness. It's just insane to me. Oh, Barry just overcuts that 4. It's a fortunate leave, though. 8 is off the table. Sorry, I didn't realize that. And this is going to work out for Barry. No problem getting position on this 6. He's just going to put a little draw on this ball. Slide over. Towards the left of your screen. That 6 goes in the side. Just a little pocket speed. Take a look at that angle on a 7. That's a good move that sometimes when you get into a groove and you're shooting, you forget that part of the game. Take a look at the next shot. Because you think you know where you want to be, but you're not always right when you think you know where you want to be. And, you just don't want to get exactly where you want to and then look at the shot afterwards and be surprised. Always a good look. Look at that next ball. So Jose just needs a 7 and 9. Oh. Yeah, looked like he put a little bit of draw on that, like he was worried about the speed holding for the 9, but it goes from pretty much anywhere on that table. I mean, I think the only place that 9 presents a challenge is all the way on that top rail in the corner, and even then you just got to hit the right side of it and it goes. It looks like it's inside the jaw, or mostly. So this for the win for Barry. And honestly, that was the second place that presented a challenge. Straight in and on the rail, you just got to avoid the scratch, and even then there was room to cheat a little bit, put a little draw. So Barry Enfield defeats Jose Aponte, and we'll have his next opponent in just a moment. You guys are too much. Thanks for keeping the comment section lively tonight, though. And Barry's next opponent is going to be Chris DeLong. Chris with 5 of 7 chips. All right, Chris won the leg. He's earned the break. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing I won't do when I'm driving late at night on a back road is take my eyes off the road for any length of time. Man, I've had them run literally in front of me, like where I've missed them by a foot or two, and I was actually paying attention. So, Chris, the way we do it here is if you're an established player, we know you're Fargo or APA TAP, BCA rating, whatever. Well, BCA is Fargo. We'll start you off with a certain number of chips. The longer you go without cashing, the more chips that get added. And then obviously, if you win, say, 2 out of 3 tournaments, you're going to lose a couple of chips. So the chip counts might be artificially high for a few players. They might be artificially low for a few players. We do everything to try and make it the fairest and to even the field the most. So some of the chip counts are a little high, especially you'll see a couple of players play above what the skill level you would think that they would be based on their chip count, but that's just because that player probably hasn't cashed in a while. And Barry on this one, he should be able to get pretty good position. Oh wow, no, I was looking at that totally wrong. I thought that went. I think he was trying to get it behind the 9. Looks like Chris is going to try to. Let me put the names up here. Like he's going to try and combo this 9 ball, and of course that's not a win. The 9 gets spotted, but Chris would continue to shoot. Oh, so he missed the combo, but that's the second best thing that could have happened. Yeah, Chris has a tap 5. He'd probably get 5 chips to start, maybe 6. And then, of course, you win your first tournament, you're going to lose 1. You don't cash for a few weeks, you're probably going to gain 1. Barry banked that too wide. It's a nice safe by Chris. Just tuck in there behind the 7. You can't. Chris can see a piece of this. I'm sorry. He can see a piece of this too past the 7. Don't know that he can see enough of it to take a crack at that upper left corner pocket. If he tries to hit the 2 and then maybe duck up behind the 3, but I think there's a chance he runs into the 8. All things considered, that's not a bad shot. If I had $1 for every time I heard Joe complain about a bar box, well, it's just saying I'd be driving a really nice car. They're stretching this rack out, playing a lot of defensive shots, each other some bad leaves. Chris looks like he's at a point here where he could make a run, make this 2, get on the 3. 4, 7, 8, 9. This is pretty much the shot here. Yeah. The way out of this rack is there now. Little draw on this 3. Oh, wow. He just overcut that a little bit. Actually, a little too much on that ball, too. I'm not sure you can see that 4 from there. Barry shouldn't have any trouble getting on it from where he's at. Chris, I used to really hate 9-foot tables. The more you play on them, I think the more you appreciate them. You can kind of let your stroke out a little bit, and there's a lot more room to move the cue ball around and get through the traffic. I think I actually prefer a 9-footer over a bar box at this point. Oh yeah, Joe's knowledge of the game, it's crazy, especially straight pull. But you come down here to QBall and you see the people that he's grown up playing, and my gosh. Yeah, if you don't come to this hall and this tournament and learn a few things from the players down here, you're never gonna. Joe, what would you say is the average Fargo at cue ball? Somewhere in the mid 5s? I'm talking about the regulars. Yeah, probably low to mid 5s is the average. And Barry defeats Chris DeLong. We'll have Barry's next matchup in just a moment. Kevin Naples coming back to table 1. Kevin has, looks like 5 of 9 chips remaining. Yeah, Chris, I'm a 480. So there's not a lot of the regulars here that are much lower than that. There's a few guys in the 7s, really high 6s. Yep, exactly, Joe. Yeah, 525 to 550 is probably the average cue ball. So you're not going to come in here at a 4 something and just dust the room and not learn anything. You're going to play well, or you're going to take your lumps, and that's what I really enjoy about playing in league here. The level of competition. You can't sleep on anybody. So dry break, Barry on the 1. I think he's going to just try and hit this one, bank it back behind the 3 and leave the cue up table. Ah, wow. A well thought out shot, just a little bit on the execution. You need to put a little more angle on that. Thin that one just a little bit more. And Kevin trying to duck Barry behind the 3, and he's just a little off on that. All right, everybody, let's give Teresa a hand. The tree is decorated. Yeah, Teresa just unlocked the cheat code to wrapping Christmas presents. When you're over 21, alcohol is the great equalizer. Mm. Barry's gonna have a shot at this 2. He's taking a look at the position of the 3. That the angle on the 2 is gonna lead him away from it. Trying to get behind that 5-6, but even just leaving him long like that, smarter decision, I think, than taking that 2 in the side and potentially not having a look at the 3. Yeah, playing for money's never really been my thing. I mean, I've played here and there for $20, but just I don't know. I don't get the thrill out of it. And maybe it's just because I'm competitive enough as it is. I don't need that extra motivation. I mean, $20, I'll throw $20 out the car window and not really think about it. I don't mean it like that. I ain't rolling in cash, but I'm saying $20, whatever. Losing a game of pool means a whole lot more to me than $20. I'm glad back hurting from wrapping presents isn't just a getting older thing. Man, after about an hour sitting on the floor wrapping presents, I feel like I just went 8 rounds with a Mack truck. Kevin, I think, was trying to get behind the 4 there, but even where I ended up with the shot, left Barry about a 6.5, 7 foot cut on this 3. Let's see if Barry decides to play this shot. Yeah, JD, I don't have a bad back, but man, an hour wrapping presents, 30 minutes to an hour doing that is enough. Hey, what's tough being 6'1" Just washing dishes, man, because that sink is so low. Oh. Kevin just keeps leaving Barry these tough shots. Yeah, they need those sinks to be higher. I'll be honest, most of the time now I just throw everything in the dishwasher and run it once a week. I'm having a hell of a time getting my cast iron properly seasoned, or I wouldn't even have to scrub them. All right, so Kevin gets the 3 off the table. He's got the 4. Ooh, he got himself into trouble there. It looked like he put a little bit of right on that. I think if he'd have just played that center ball, he'd have had a better look at the 5 than he does now. I could be wrong, but it didn't look like there was that much angle on that shot. Maybe put a little low on it. That's a good hit. Barry's going to have a play on that, though. Well, I'm glad you got some karma, Joe. Joe, while we have some people's attention, why don't you tell us about the next Pool Players Care tournament that's coming up? I think it's February or March. If anybody watching isn't aware, Joe runs the Pool Players Care charity, and through donations and tournaments, helps a lot of people in the South Jersey area. Just a great organization, a great cause, and something that a lot of us here in the South Jersey pool scene, the New Jersey pool scene, have taken to heart and rallied around. And that's a heck of a try by Kevin. He might get it coming back, and he does. But so I'm in a white elephant at my wife's family's house, and on the gift exchange list, I put a T-shirt, and I was a few bucks under the suggested spending, so I put a set of the I forget the brand, but the Teflon spots for the pool table on there, because I'm down to a few left. I'm Joe can vouch for this. I am pretty serious about the condition of my table. Vacuum it once a week and damp cloth it to get the dust off. I polish the balls probably every couple of weeks. And I usually replace one of the spots about every couple of months, just as they start to look worn. There it is. So January 16th is the Garcia Cup. That's full. That's a 14-1 straight pool tournament. Encourage everybody to come out and get a look at that. That's a fun time watching these players play that game. A great game. February 10th, the Max 13 9-ball at South Jersey Billiards. I'm signed up for that. And March 10th is the no handicap 10 ball. I'm sorry, March 9th is the 10 ball no handicap. And that's an interesting one. If you're a lower rated player, correct me if I'm wrong here, Joe, but lower rated players pay a slightly lower entry fee than higher rated players. There's no handicap, but if you're say a lower ranked player, you can get into that tournament for a little less. A great chance to play some better players, and like we were talking about earlier, learn some things. Maybe add a couple of things to your repertoire that you might not normally see other players do if you're used to playing players about your speed. I mean, any of the tournaments in our area are always a good cause and a good time. But yeah, 10 ball is called shot, called pocket. There's no slop. Just a really good opportunity to play good players and learn some things. You learn a lot more sitting in that chair, or at least I do. Sitting in that chair getting run on than I've ever learned with a stick in my hand. All right, Barry on the 8. There you go. SL 5 and under is $40. I mean, with inflation, that's a couple of days of Starbucks. Just go to the Pool Players Care page, sign up for that max 13 9-ball or the 10-ball no handicap. Both guaranteed to be a well-run, fun tournament. And like I said, for a good cause. Really thank everybody for tuning in tonight. It's been a fun stream. It's been a fun comments section. We're closing in on about halfway through our total chip count down. We've got a few players on one already, and we've actually just had our first elimination of the night. So we're down to 35. 8-ball, sunk last inning. All right, this is going to be it. If Barry can make this, he'll defeat Kevin. Not much of a cut here. Just enough angle. And Barry Anfield defeats Kevin Naples. We'll have Barry's next matchup coming up in a moment. And Michelle is Barry's next opponent. Michelle Brons finished second place. I guess it was a month ago. Michelle has, looks like 3 of 8 chips remaining. And Barry won the lag and earned the break. Yeah, you make a good point, JD. You come out in this tournament, you're going to play. If you're a lower rated player, you're going to get 8, 9 chips. You're going to play for a couple hours, regardless of how well you do. You're going to get a chance to learn something. You're not paying a whole lot more than you're going to pay for table time. It's just a good all around experience. And you know what? Doesn't matter how good that other person is. If they hang the 9-ball, you win the rack and you move on. You only need that to happen a few times over the course of the night. And you got a chance. I mean, we see on a pretty regular basis people that are APA level 4 or 5 get into that top 10. And just as often as right now, I'm looking at the leaderboard, and there's a 5-chip player with one left, another 5-chip player with one left. I think I saw a 4-chip player with one left. Yep, there's a 4-chip player with one left. And right now, our chip leader looks to be actually Barry Enfield. So a 7-chipper. Dennis Renaro looks to have 5 or 6 left as well. So right now, the chip leader, San Juan Smith, has 5 out of 9. Yeah, most of our chip leaders in the 5 range are lower rated players. Sure, they're halfway through their chips, but we're also halfway through the night. And some of the higher rated players are down to 1 chip and just about out of this. I was just going to try and make contact with that 1. I think she was trying to get the other side of that 7, but ran into some traffic. Barry's got a good starting shot here. Barry's going to have to get the bridge for this shot. Not entirely confident in this, but I think he could, with this angle, just play this with a little bit of draw and still have himself a shot at the 2. And then coming back, not have a whole lot of trouble getting on the 4. There he goes. Yep, just a little draw off that bottom side rail at the bottom of your screen. On the 2, he's kind of straight on the 2, but he could probably just stop this and have a look at the 4. It would take a little bit of effort to get that 7 in the way, and it would take a little bit of effort to get the 9 in the way, and that's well played. He's got that 4 ball. A little bit of draw, come off that rail at the bottom of your screen and get over behind that 5. Perfect. Got a little bit of angle on this. Looks like he's going to draw this, so maybe some low right. He didn't have as much angle as I thought he did, but he drew it back enough to get a look at the 6. And Barry's playing this rack really well. And if you've seen me play and now you're listening to me call these shots out and wondering why doesn't he do that when he shoots the ball, well, that's the question I have too. These tight pockets got Barry right there. I mean, his position on the 7 looks like he's darn near straight into the side, so he could just play that and pocket speed, follow up for the 8, stop and have the 9 in the corner. He was out, I think, if that 6 drops. Michelle's still got the 7 in the side. She's got to be careful to leave here because that's going to carry the cue ball up table. I guess she could do a little bit of a stun and just try and drift out, but that's not going to be the best position on the 8 either. Really like to be a little straighter or have the opposite angle on this. Because center ball avoids the scratch. That's a really nice shot. That's a really nice shot. Oh, wow. Left herself a tester on the 9, but again, the tight pockets here. Caught that ball and just rattled in the jaws. Barry makes the 8, leaves himself a difficult shot on the 9. I'm really good at this. Not making the shot at leaving myself this kind of tester. That's a tough miss. And Michelle defeats Barry, ends his run on table 1. We'll have Michelle's next opponent in just a moment. Just waiting for Michelle's next opponent to be announced. It's going to be J.R. Roa. JR at the top of your screen. Well, looks like Michelle won that lag. Close. JR has, it looks like 2 of 7 chips remaining. We've been pretty consistently over 20 viewers all night. Thanks for tuning in on a Friday night. I believe we're scheduled to be here next week as well. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's weekend and holiday is great. If you have any exciting plans, drop it in the comments. Let us know what you got going on. Just a family day for me. I go to my sister's for breakfast. Going to my in-laws Sunday night for dinner. And then Christmas Day, just going to the afternoon, go around seeing the grandkids. Christmas night, have some family coming over. Yeah, Christmas does tend to hit the bank account kind of hard. Now that my kids are grown, it's not as bad. The grandkids are still at that age where they're not looking for PS5s or Xboxes yet. Michelle had a good angle on that 1. Good position on the 2. Two to the 3, she's going to try and draw this ball, come off that side rail at the top of your screen. Oh, I think that's, yeah, just a little strong. She got that 8 in the way. She should be able to make contact off the rail. Oh, nice shot. Didn't have the angle, but off the 4. That's a really good shot. You know what, Teresa, that could be. I go off of what is in the on the tournament. You're right. It is corrected. I copied and pasted the wrong field. So let's fix the spelling here. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, strong player, Michelle is. Finished second, 3 tournaments, which was a month ago. Really pays a lot of attention to position and breakouts like that. It didn't work out, but definitely cognizant of those things at all times. Very, very aware player. Seldom see her look up and wonder what to do next because she's always thinking about it. A shot ahead. Looks like there might be room to make. Oh, this is tough. I thought there might be a window there to make contact with the 5, and there was, and the scratch is avoided. I mean, not a great lead from Michelle's viewpoint, but there wasn't a whole lot of options there. JR severely overcuts that ball. Oof. Backwards cuts can be tough on any table, but on table 1 here, you don't really have any margin of error. You're almost never going to hit the side rail and then make the ball here. 1, 2, and 7 are tighter than the others. And that's a shot that shot JR took, he probably get away with on a few of the other tables here, but not table 1. That's a great shot by JR. Just nice and easy, pocket speed, thin cut on the 6. Left himself shot at the 7. Let's see what he does with his 8. Goes to the 8 in the side. Coming back up table on the 9. Or he could go 8 in the corner with a little bit of draw. Goes side. Gets 2 rails. Gonna be perfect. And J.R. Roa defeats Michelle Broughton's. Have his next opponent in just a moment. All right, Brie Aristeo is JR's next opponent on table 1. I'm going to look at Brie's chip count. Looks like 3 9 remaining. Yeah, she has been shooting really well lately, Teresa. She's been working with Carl Morgan. Not so much recently, but back towards the summer before she started school. Playing really well. And looks like the 2-ball fell on the break. JR's got the 1 in the side there. Plays that in a good position on the 3. He's taking a look at that 4. Definitely room between the 4 and the 6 to cut that 4. Get anything further up table of the side pockets might be a challenge, and there it is. Yeah. Yep. He just makes a good hit. I think tuck this. Yep. Contact, tuck it back behind the 9. She didn't get quite behind the 9. JR gives her a look after that shot. That's a great shot. It almost couldn't go wrong. She didn't get behind the 9, but got behind the 8. And even if she hadn't gotten behind the 8, JR shot. All right, so with ball in hand, play the. I don't know if the 4 goes under the 6. It looks like it does, but she might want to take the combo 4-5. I'd play 4 under the 6 if it goes, but might not be a shot. So she's going to play the 4-5 combo. Only thing about this, you don't want to make both of these. You don't want to play this with draw and have that 4 follow the 5. Exactly, that's perfect. So now she can play this. Come off that side rail. Just a little strong there. Actually, a lot strong there. Just wanted to play that enough to get around the 9. And another safe and a nice one. JR can make contact. Another spot where I think Bree would be best off with a safe here, unless she's got she can bank it in the side, which she does, but that's not a great leave on the 7. Leaves herself another bank. Banks this one in. She's going to have great position on the 8. Just a little thin, but gets it in the side. She's taking a look at how to get back on the 9 here. This is a tough one. I mean, you almost have to draw this. Free skill level. That's shoot at my skill level. That's the way I'm going. I don't have the stroke to come off that 8 and get back up table. That's really well played. Really well played. Yeah, I guess maybe a better player could have put a ton of inside top on that and come around, but that's, I think, the draw shot. Oh, and Jever cuts the 9, but a good leave. JR can make the bank. Calls it in the bottom left corner of your screen. And the scratch would have given Bree ball in hand, so JR concedes that match. We'll have Bree's next opponent coming right up. Moving along this time of the night, we've had 2 players down. San Juan is going to be Bree's next opponent. San Juan is sneaky players. Rating's not that high, but you cannot sleep on him. San Juan with 3 and 9 chips remaining as well. Yeah, Bree played a smart rack there. A couple of nice safes. She had one lucky shot, and the rest of it was good shooting. A pretty even matchup here. San Juan wins the lag and earns the break. Ratings-wise, these players are... Yeah, Joe, that was just perfect with that 8-ball shot. These players ranking-wise are evenly matched. As I said before, San Juan can be sneaky good. I think with Bree's improvement here over the last 6 months, this should be a really fun matchup to watch. I felt that way. Yeah. Yep. In the net, I'm like, yeah, I don't. I'm gonna lose on purpose, but I don't want. All right, so there's only 2 players on the wait list. We're going to start moving through this matches quickly. There's probably going to be very little downtime. Dry break for San Juan, so Bree sets up on the 1. Just a little draw. Over across for the 2. Good play to get a look at the 3 here. I think she's just going to try and tuck this 3 back there behind the 9. Didn't get there, but didn't leave San Juan a great shot. Looks like he's going to play basically the same shot, just off the side of the 3 and try and lead the cue ball back up table. Oh, no. I thought he was going for the same shot. He went to put that on the other side of the 9. I got a great look at this shot. It looks like Bree can get a piece of that 3 ball. He was taking a shot at making that 4 there. Off the carom, off the 3. Not a bad try. Put a lot of draw on that to get back on the 4. Bree's got a chance to make this off the rail. Oh, wow. She actually could see enough to make it. Thought she'd have to come off the rail, but now, oh. I don't think there's a way to get to that ball past the 9. Tries to bank it or kick at it. Just way too wide on that. Not sure what San Juan's thinking here. I mean, can you make the 4 here? Absolutely. I think he was trying to decide whether to make the 4. He got himself into trouble banging that 6. It was almost a built-in safe there to just move that 4 a little. Push it somewhere safe. Let the other player deal with it, especially with, and that scratch is going to hurt. That position, even if the 6 didn't get bumped, he would have had a much better shot at the 5. But the position there, the 4, 5, 6 was just tough. I would have seriously considered a safe in that position, especially with ball in hand. Also a good opportunity to put the other player on 2. Yeah, Teresa, we're all invested in this saga. Okay, I find myself wondering whether it's the tape or the pen that's missing right now. I've posted this as a Facebook status. I mean, microwaves are great. Modern medicine is amazing, but the real hero of this world is the person who decided to print grid lines on the back of the wrapping paper. Yeah, see, tell me I'm wrong, Hoagie. Like, if my microwave died tomorrow, I'd just cook my food an extra 10 minutes in the toaster oven. You know what I mean? Without those grid lines, bro. Okay, so Christine, my wife, makes me wrap everything because I have OCD. Like, if the paper isn't, if the seam isn't dead center on the box, if the flaps aren't closed in the same direction and the same size, I lose my mind. The upside is when I wrap a gift, it usually looks really nice. The downside is if I wrapped a gift roughly the size of, I don't know, like a QBall in a box, it would take me somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. So we just got to pocket speed the 7. I would have liked to have just a tiny bit more angle on this 8. About 2 inches to the left or right would be a good position for this cue ball. She's going to pause and think about what she wants to do with this shot here. Yeah, she tried to create a little bit of angle there and followed it. Yep, about an inch or 2 either way on that cue ball, and you could get easy position on the 9. That was tough. That was really tough. So San Juan for the win. And San Juan defeats Bri Aristeo. Tough shot. Oh. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine driving to Long Island on Christmas weekend. Christine, before COVID, used to go to Europe every summer for as faculty in a writing program. And after 2 years of driving her to JFK, which, you think like, hey, this isn't bad. 2.5 hours. We're at the bridge. Yeah, well, it's another 4 hours from the bridge to JFK and back to the bridge. Most of that sitting in traffic. Jose Perez at the bottom of your screen. Looks like San Juan wins the leg. Jose Joey Perez. Let's get this match set up. So after 2 years of driving her to JFK, I said, let's get tickets out of Newark. And she said it was going to be about $100 more. And I said, I don't care. I'll pay the $100 not to make that drive. All right, so Joey Perez. Let's get his chip count here. The board moves around this time of night, so give me a second to find San Juan or Joey. Either one of them would be great. Looks like Joey's on 1 of 9. Yeah, the beginning of the night, I'm pretty quick getting these matches called out for you because Table 1's match is usually the top of the board. But once tables start closing down and people start moving around, that it usually sinks to somewhere in the middle of the pack. And it's tough to see. So Sam on with the break. Looks like he made this 7 and 8. Got a good shot at the 9. Just got to stop this or even draw it back just a bit. Have that 2 in the side. I wouldn't draw it back. Stop it. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what he's doing. That's dangerous. Yeah, I'd have played that to play the 2, cut the 2. Maybe. Oh, okay, I see what he's doing. I was going to play the 2 and come off the side rail and get back up behind the 3, but then I'd have had to put some big draw to get on the 4. I see what Samon was doing there. Draw back, play a 3-up table. Same position, but Joey just overcuts that one. Yeah, see, that's one of those things. I'll pay that 100 and spend 2 hours of labor unlighting a tree. Now that's not to say that I wasn't cursing the person who manufactured that tree. Yeah, I probably said a couple of bad things about their mother. I might have somewhere in there wished that they spend the rest of their life with a bad case of athlete's foot. Ooh, a little overcut by Joey Perez there. Oh, it was close. Didn't have great position on the 5 had he made that. Now Joey should be able to make this 4 and draw this ball back. Get a nice look at the 5. Yeah, he'll take that. That's, oh, wow. Wow. Heck of a shot. Just a tough break not getting it past that side pocket. Might have ended up with bad position on the 6, though. They went in there with a little bit of heat. We once again have been over 20 viewers all night. I thank you for tuning in on this holiday weekend. We're at 24. We've seen some good play tonight. We've seen some intrigue. There was a couple of safety matches. I mean, I don't really remember a rack where anybody just blew through it and ran out. I think Artie ran the end of a rack earlier. But most of these matches have been a little bit of a chess game. We've had 11 players eliminated, so we're at 25. And we've got 7 on 1 chip. And just to confirm, next Friday we are doing a chip tournament, Friday night, 7:30 registration, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 8:15, 8:30 start time. It will be 8-ball. And Joey Perez defeats San Juan. And we'll see who his next opponent's going to be. Yeah. Every shot you made, I said. Joey Perez just said he hopes I'm saying nice things about him. Not my forte. So Chris DeLong is Joey's next opponent. Chris has 1 of 7 chips remaining. Actually, looks like 1 of 8 chips remaining. 1 of 8 chips remaining. Let me get a better look at the board here. That's accurate. 1 of 8. So this is a knockout match. Loser of this match is out of the tournament. That adds a little something to it. Yeah, I think rapping is probably my second least favorite thing. I think the tree is my least favorite Christmas activity. Chris breaks dry. Could have hit on the one by Joey Perez. Oh, off the 6? Nope. I thought he might make that off the 6. Got okay on. Most of them on the All right, so Chris eliminates Joey Perez. We are down to 18. We're going to be down to our final 10 pretty shortly here. So it's going to be, the next matchup is going to be Chris DeLong. Hang on. Next matchup is going to be Chris DeLong and Dennis Renaro. So let me get this set up for you. All right, man. I'll see you. All right, looks like Dennis has 2 of 8 remaining. Just waiting. Chris took a short break, used the restroom. Sorry, Sue, I took a short break from the mic. Hey, Joe, thanks for putting the image of Hoagie rolling around on the floor in wrapping paper into my head. Joe, some Hoagie, I'm seeing this in the style of a White Snake video. here's Chris DeLong with the break. And nothing goes except the cue ball. So ball in hand for Dennis Renaro. We're down to 15 players in the tournament. Like Dennis is going to try and push this 2 up table and just sit behind the 9. Good shot. Got a rail. Had a pretty good tune in all night tonight. 18 viewers. We've been around 20. Seen some good pool play. Chris might get a lucky 8-ball here. Nope. If you enjoy the stream, there's a tip jar at the bottom of Venmo at Lee-Blanchard-1. You could buy me an eggnog. Stream is entirely supported by donations and our supporters. Tonight, that's Naturescapes Landscape Solutions. If you're in the Ocean City, New Jersey area, look them up on Facebook. Check out the great work they do. Jen Walker of Remax Platinum Properties. Sun up, zero down. Get in touch with Brad Silver. Give him the code STREAM if you're interested in having solar installed. Brad will steer you right. He's been doing this a long time. APA of South Jersey. Visit them on Facebook or southjersey.apaleagues.com. I know for a fact we'd like a few more teams on Thursday night 9-ball league. Get in touch with Dave, see what he can do to help you set up a Thursday night 9-ball league. If tap is your thing, then look into Jersey Shore Shots Tap. Visit them at jerseyshoreshotstap.com. They are all over southern, eastern, and northeastern New Jersey. Meta Solutions has dental plans, vision plans, health insurance, prescription plans. Get in touch with them. JB Cases, you can build your custom case at jbcases.com. I got one on the way. The best protection, in my opinion, you can get for your cue. The Pool Q Kickback Giveaways Facebook group is a great place to win cues. You can also win cases and other accessories. And check out the sister group, Production Q Kickback Giveaways. Chris makes the 2. A little bit of cat and mouse with the 2 here. Kind of got a spot here where somebody could make a run on this table. The 3 to the 4 right here is the shot for Chris, and he plays it perfectly. He's got position on the 4. Ideally, if this was my shot, I'd like to have the opposite angle on the 4. But Chris can definitely make this work. That 5 can go in the corner past the 8. I think the 8's tightening that pocket just a little, but it's also giving you a little margin for error. If you overcut this ball and go off the rail, that 8's going to guide it in. I guess in that respect, it's widening the pocket a little, not in the traditional sense here, but he's got this 5 actually on the side. I didn't see that cue ball kept rolling, so now just a little strong on that 5-ball shot. You wanted to have that 6 in the bottom left corner and leave yourself a good angle on that 7. This is a tough one. Got to get past that side pocket on this shot for sure. Looks like as long as he doesn't put any draw on this, he should be okay. Misses that 6. Yeah, the physical tip jar is here at QBall. Joe, if you're talking about the safe, the 2-ball, I'm not sure which one you're talking about hitting the rail. But the safe on the 2 definitely hit a rail. Thanks, Teresa, for contributing to the tip jar. Yeah, Dennis seemed pretty indecisive about what he wanted to do with that 6-ball. Ended up leaving Chris a shot. He's gonna get position on the 7 here. 7 to 8. 8 to 9. I think the 6 is probably the toughest shot here. Makes that off the 8. Moves the 8 away from the pocket, but he's, oh, you know what? He's pretty straight on that 7. That's a problem. Down to 14 players. 6 of whom are on one chip. One of those 6 is Chris DeLong. Thanks, Hoagie, for throwing a tip in the tip jar. You're welcome, Teresa. I try to entertain. I try to make it fun to watch the stream. I try to make it informative. And with the Beat the Streamer Challenge series we got going on, I'm hoping to contribute to a good cause. We raised $190 for Pool Players Care in the first match. And that's a lofty goal to aspire to every month. But it would be nice to hold these 20-some matches over the course of the year and help Joe, help other people. The Beat the Streamer matches, I'm including Dennis on the 9-ball for the win here. Oh, he overcut it. And he concedes that one to Chris DeLong. Chris DeLong wins that match. The Beat the Streamer matches, I include the previous week's stream advertisers on there as kind of a bonus and a courtesy to them, but I don't make anything off of those matches. I don't take tips. I don't make any advertising revenue. That's everything that comes in on those goes directly to Pool Players Care. And I am providing the venue and the refreshments and hopefully some entertainment. Last stream I provided entertainment in the comedic form, but hopefully I play some better pool from here on out. We have some tighter matches, a little bit of tension in there. There was no tension. Thanks to Sue and Tom for tossing a tip in the tip jar. Glad to see that you still tune in. And I think we're waiting for a couple of matches to finish. We're down to 13. I think we're going to have a short pause here while we see if we get down to our final 10. So let me show our advertisers some full screen love here for just a moment. The Jersey Shore Shots Tap. Visit them at jerseyshoreshotstap.com. Oh, we have a match coming up. We'll get back to you. Thank you all for your support. But we do have a match. It's Chris DeLong and Benny Hall. Benny, I believe, is down to one chip. Let me... Yeah, Benny has 1 of 5. So this is a knockout match again. So we're finally getting some tension here on table 1. 2 knockout matches in a row. All right, Chris DeLong won the lag, and earn the break. Chris with the break. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're trying to get Jose down to Georgia for the 14 and under national championships. I believe that is in March. Okay, Teresa, you're driving to Long Island tomorrow. You just wrapped your finger in wrapping paper. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say somewhere in the course of that drive, you're going to be able to gift that finger to a fellow driver, and it's just the wrapping paper is going to be the chef's kiss. So leave it. Matter of fact, I have to go out tomorrow, and I'm gonna wrap my middle finger in wrapping paper. Yeah, I telegraphed that one, didn't I? I mean, I think we should all do that. You know, you get frustrated at other people this time of year, and if you're gonna flip them off, at least have some festive paper around that finger. Yeah, Chris is a great guy. Supports the tournaments. He supports the streams on some of the bigger tournaments. Always involved. And I'll tell you what, Chris, when he's on his game, is one heck of a shooter. So Benny with ball in hand. And we are going to be, after this match, or after this rack, we're going to be at our final 10. I didn't get a chance before the board went dark to see who the chip leader was. Yeah, Chris is very involved in the pool scene and the organizations around pool. And just a helpful guy too. A few weeks ago, I was shooting on the table next to him, and for whatever reason, I don't even know, but I wasn't shooting well, and Chris pointed out that I was choked way up on my cue, way more than, I mean, just for an average shot, for no good reason. He pointed it out, and I adjusted my grip and turned things around a little bit. He's a good guy. Yeah, this is it's a challenge here. Chris has good position on this 3, but that's 6. Even if you were to get on that 6, that 8-9's a mess. That 8 might, as I'm looking at it now, that 8 might go. I think the move here for Chris, though, is maybe just try to lay that 6 behind the 9. Maybe he's looking at a carom, put the 6 on the rail and get the cue ball on the other rail, get the 8 and 9 between them, maybe even carom, break that 8-9 up and leave Benny a kick shot. There's a degree of difficulty to that, though. I think he might just be looking at parking that 6 behind the 9. I mean, to thin that 6, lay it on the rail, and break up the 8-9 is, I mean, that's a game-winning shot for the most part there, but it's also a chance that a lot goes wrong with that. I think just parking the 6 behind the 9 is the smarter shot of the two. Just a little strong on that. Yeah, Joe, Benny, another big supporter of South Jersey Pool. I'll be honest, there's not a lot of people that come to these tournaments or your tournaments that aren't generous, giving people. I think Benny was looking to just kick that 9 out a little bit, but regardless, he parked it. He parked that cue ball right up against that 8-9. That's a heck of a save. Joe, we're grateful. We're just as grateful for you as you are for us. And you give us an opportunity to play a game that we love and have some good things come out of it. Can't thank you enough for that. Benny, looking at that, I'm telling you, from my naked eye angle here, it's almost, I mean, it's a hit I didn't want to have watched, but it looks like, now, disclaimer, I'm about 12 feet away, but it looks like you can make that 8. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Benny just asked Chris if he wants to have somebody watch that. Yeah, looking at the stream, it looks like you can't. It looks like it'd be a really tough shot to make that 8, but looking at it in person, it looks makeable. Yeah, Carlo Favretto came over and offered to watch the shot, but now he's getting Brad. We're going to have the slow motion iPhone camera on this one. It's going to be that close. I'm gonna say that's a good hit because the 9 went straight towards the rail. Yeah, the players all agree that that was a good hit. Looks good naked eye. The balls went about where you'd expect them to go if it was a good hit. And Benny eliminates Chris DeLong. I believe that's our cue to take a short break. So I'm going to go back to thanking our supporters for tonight's stream. If you have any need for any of their services, please get in touch with them. Let them know we sent you. So Jersey Shore Shots Tap, visit them at jerseyshoreshotstap.com. Get started in a tap league today. Send up 0 down. Get in touch with Brad Silver at 609-457-7646. Let him know code STREAM and talk to Brad about getting solar on your home. Meta Solutions offers medical for all ages, prescription, dental and vision insurance, as well as life insurance and annuities. Text SAVE, S-A-V-E, to 58524. Jen Walker of Remax Platinum Properties. If you're looking to buy, sell, or rent in this market, you need a good agent. That agent is Jen. Get in touch with her, Jen at jenwalker.net or 609-328-3888. And JB Cases. I built my custom case at jbcases.com. You can build yours too using their case designer, or you can pick one up off the shelf, as they say. Pool Q Kickback Giveaways Facebook group. Great place to win cues and cases and other accessories. Check out the sister group, Production Q Kickback Giveaways. Carlo Favretto is trustworthy and conscientious in his shipping. Don't take my word for it. Read the reviews. Jersey Custom Q Sales. Get in touch with them at 618-2442 or see them at your next trade show. And Naturescapes Landscape Solutions. If you're in the Summers Point, Ocean City, New Jersey area, check out their Facebook page. They do great work. Hire them for your next landscape project. And the APA of South Jersey. I know for a fact we need teams on Thursday night 9-ball. Get in touch with Dave Petrowski and let him know you're looking to form a Thursday night 9-ball team. All right, we are going to have one more match. And let's get this set up for you here. I'm going to apologize. I don't have the chip counts because the board's been turned off. I can probably go over to tournament director table and get you that information. We've got Shannon Brogsdale. All right, here we go. Let's get this set up for you. Alfredo Altamirano has one of 6 chips left. And Alfredo is racking right now. Shannon Brogsdale is his opponent. He has one of 9. So we've thanked our sponsors. We're going to take a very short break between this rack and the final rounds. I'll probably get a drink. And then we'll be back with our break and run and final rounds. Should be finished up by 1 a.m. this morning. May even be a little sooner than that. The chip counts are pretty low. You know what? I'm going to duck over there and see who the chip leader is. I tell the name because there's a little bit of secrecy around the final rounds. If you know, you know. Okay, looks like the chip leader right now is 3. And then we have a couple players with 2. Everybody else is 1. All right. Alfredo on the 1. All right, ball in hand for Shannon Brogsdale on the 2. Everybody's looking at with the 4 ball. I mean, it looks like he's going to go safe. There's a play on that 2 ball in the top right pocket with a little bit of draw. Just to pull back from behind the 7. Play the 3, play the 4. 5 to 6 shouldn't be insanely difficult. At that point, 6 to 7. It looks like Shannon's going to go with a safe here. I don't I don't know. I think I would play the 2. For me, a safe is sometimes I use to open something up a little bit. And right now, if you make the 2 and get a shot at the 3, you can get from ball to ball. I don't know. What do y'all think here? Would you play safe or would you just play this? I just don't. What I'm saying is, if you get the safe, especially with ball in hand here, I don't know that the out gets any easier, and that's a consideration for me at least when I'm playing a safe. Okay, so I played it like that to get. Yeah, I don't know. You got the 7 in the way of what was an open 4. I'd have just played that with a little bit of draw, just get it back out from behind the 7. The longer shot at the 3 at that point, but it's a makeable shot. Yeah, see, if he'd have just played a little bit of draw on that 2 and got back for that a little bit longer, but basically the same shot on the 3, he'd have a wide open 4 ball right now. Yeah, I'm with you, Teresa. I'd have played that like I was trying to run it out. Yeah, see, and the 3 to the 4 is terrible now, but before that 7 was moved, this would have been an almost straight in shot that he could have left himself a little angle and enough angle to get 5 to 6. Now he's got a kick. I think he overthought that one. Yep. Yep. I don't know why he set it up that way. Just straight draw. It looks like he left himself enough angle here to go 7 to 8. Absolutely. Sometimes on the stream, shots look a little straighter than they are. Just play this little draw and come off that top rail, the side rail, top of your screen. And kind of just killed it. He's shaking his head. He wanted to get a little more on that. Didn't have a ton of angle, but this is a makeable shot. And Alfredo Altamirano defeats and eliminates Shannon Brogsdale. We're gonna take a short break. My teeth are floating here, so I'll see you in a couple of minutes on the other side. Just gonna throw our supporters ads up here and let them run for a few minutes, and then we'll be back with our break and run and final rounds. All right, we got matches coming out. Not sure if we're going to have one on table one. We might go straight to the break and run. All right, we're going to have Alfredo Altamirano and Barry Anfield coming up on table one. Barry Anfield with 3 of 8. And Alfredo Altamirano with 1 of 6. All right. Alfredo Altamirano won the leg, and he earns the break. Oh, wow. Good try at that 1 ball by Barry. I have to look at his options. Maybe just drive that 1 to the rail. I see how to drive that 1 to the rail and tried to lay the cue on the opposite side of the 8. Maybe I didn't have a good enough look at that. And Barry's going to have a 3-8 combo here. He's got a little bit of angle on this. He's got to be careful not to leave that 3 on the rail at the top of your screen and the Q at the rail on the bottom. Oof. Oof. It looks like Alfredo can shoot this toward the middle diamond. Oh no, he doesn't need that much angle. That's a little deceiving on the stream. Looked like he had to hit that at a much sharper angle. And just makes a good hit on the 3, leaves the cue ball far away for Barry. And that's going to give Alfredo ball in hand. 6 ball. Looks like a problem. I see on the stream it looks like it goes past the 7, but and live here looking at it, it doesn't look like there's enough room. I honestly think that's what Alfredo's looking at now. Bumped that 7 out of the way. Left himself a really thin cut on this 6. He's going to just duck, try and duck behind that 9 or the 7-9, but didn't get there. Did, however, put the 7 in a tough position coming off the 6. Guessing Barry's going to go top left corner with some draw. Try and slide towards the top of the table. Oh, he didn't have as much angle as I thought. That was straight. He just drew straight back and got on that 7. Good shot. I thought he had a little more angle on that. Have to draw and slide over to the other side of the 7. Right, so this is all Barry needs to remain the chip leader and eliminate Alfredo Altamirano. Oh. We've had 2 players eliminated this round. We're already down to 8. 1 player with 2. Everyone else with 1, with the exception of Barry. Obviously with 3. That's a heck of a shot to stay alive in this tournament. Alfredo Altamirano defeats Barry Anfield. Barry remains the co-chip leader with Jose Vicente at 2. Everybody else with 1. We are just waiting for the Dennis Renaro Tim D match to finish. That's a knockout match. Christmas. We are going to be down to 7, regardless of who wins that. So I think on table 1, we're going to have our break and run next. Get the break and run set up and have that here for you. Seven on table 2. Got Ramirez and Anfield. Table 3 is Renaro and Altamirano. And table 4, I can't quite see that far. Table 3 and 4 are both knockout matches. So we're going to be down to 5 with a chip leader of 2 after this round. Jose Vicente has the bye, so he's sitting with 2. Barry Anfield playing Ramirez. And Barry wins that, he would still have 2. Merry Christmas, guys. Yeah, we go through a lot of racks here, Joe. All right, our first contestant is Tracy Vega, playing for 834 a ball. All right, nothing falls, so Tracy gets to take ball in hand and try and win 100. Nice play to get a look at the 3. Bounces that 4. All right, we'll re-rack him. Second contestant, Julio Delator. All right, so nothing goes for Julio. He's going to have an opportunity to take ball in hand and run these for 100. That's going to put our break and run pot quite likely over 9,000 for next week. So if you got Christmas bills, you might want to come get into this. Okay. Here's a little bit of a cheat, Teresa, but I think it works. If it's a TV, stand it up, wrap the top, have it come down a couple inches on the sides, and then wrap it around the sides. Forget the bottom. Ain't nobody picking that TV up. I wrapped a mini fridge once for somebody. Didn't wrap the bottom. No, wrap the top. All right, let's see where Julio is on his race for 100. Sure, he'd like a little less angle on this 7. Telling you, don't wrap the bottom. Oh. Oh, and Julio misses the 8. All right, we're going to have the number for next week's break and run coming up. $9,623. All right, so we have a couple of matches going on right now. John Prado has the bye. Barry Anfield is playing Jose Vicente. Jose still with 2 chips. Of the 5 players remaining, he's the chip leader. And Dennis Renaro. Dennis Renaro is on table 4. He is playing Patrick Ramirez. So we are going to be down to 4. And if Jose Vicente defeats Barry Anfield, we'll be down to 3. Could finish this up. We absolutely should finish this up by 12:30 tonight. Almost no way we don't. And I've just jinxed us. Barry are on the 5-ball right. Out of place. Off so they don't go back to work. Yeah, we do, but all right, we have 4 players left, each with 1 chip. We're going to have Jose Vicente and Dennis Renaro. Congratulations, by the way, to Jose. A couple of weeks ago, won the 14 and under Pennsylvania State Championship. Good leg. They've been a little slick there on the lag. Dennis won. Everybody on 1 chip. I'm not going to bother with a chip count at this point. So we are going to be down to 2 players after this round. We got Jose and Dennis Renaro playing here. And Barry Anfield playing John Prado back on table 3. And Dennis Renaro with the break. So at most we have 2 racks left in this tournament. Yeah, we'll definitely finish by 12:30. Probably 12:15. That'd be great. I'm tired. Yeah, I think, Teresa, I think present wrapping can stop before midnight. I think that's a good time to quit. Oh, Dennis just off on that shot and scratches off the one. That's ball in hand for Jose. One to two, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Yeah, 4 to 5. All pretty basic stuff here. I mean, I think the only shot that really offers any kind of challenge for Jose is probably 5 to 6, and that's not difficult. And it's just a matter of coming off of that rail and getting good position for the 6 in the side pocket. Ooh, off the jaw. Here's an opening for Dennis Renaro. I'm sorry. I thought I hit the show names button. Yeah, Joe. I definitely thought he was out there. 7 gives you position on the 8. Draw back for the 9. Oh, Dennis gets a good bump on the 7. He's going to put a little draw on this shot, I think. Looks like he's got a little angle, and this will just drift towards that bottom rail, right side of your screen. So Barry Anfield has been eliminated. We're down to 3, pending the outcome of this rack. Looks like John Prado has made the final. Oh, that was the play. That was the play. Look at this. Jose's got pretty much the same shot. Put that 7 in the side. Could play for the actually play for the 8 in the top right corner for better position on the 9, or just leave yourself a little more angle here on the 8. Not that much angle, but we'll make this work. And this for the win. And Dennis Dennis concedes the match. Gets Jose back for his shenanigans on the lag. So we have a Jose Vicente and John Prado final. All right, one match for it all. Jose Vicente looking to win his second New Jersey pool scene chip tournament. All right, Jose Vicente with the break. The 1 falls. And the 7. A little bit of a tester shot here on the 2 to get started. Four and 6. Play a combo to, or shoot the 4 depending on the position there. Combo makes sense to get position on the 5. I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves. First, he's got this 2-ball to deal. I think he's going for the safe. Joe Prado starts with, it looks like 7. So Jose on the 3. Oof. Wow. He got some action off of that rail, but couldn't get past the side pocket. Looked like he's looking at this combo. Definitely was. Not a good leave on the 4. I mean, not terrible. It's just not what it could have gotten there. Oh, sorry, I marked the 8 gone. The 8's still on the table. 6 is gone. Oh, wow. Not a bad leave, all things considered. Had position here on the 5 had he made that bank. 5-8-9. No trouble there. It's a great bank on the 4 by John Prado. I got a feeling it's going to come down to this shot. And just lays it in there. He should just be able to lay up behind the 8 here. Nice and easy pocket speed. And this for the win for John Prado. And John Prado is your winner. Jose Vicente second. Dennis Renaro third. Barry Anfield fourth. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for helping me entertain all night, being engaged in the chat. Have a Merry Christmas. We will see you next Friday night for 8-ball chip tournament from here at QBall Billiards in Vineland, New Jersey. On behalf of Brad Silver of BET and Jose Garcia of QBall Billiards, I'm Lee Blanchard of New Jersey Billiard Streams. We'll see you next week. Merry Christmas.